This is what Broadway looks like on a regular day in Soho. This clip is exactly from 10 days ago on March 9th, 2020. Today, March 19th, 2020, is a completely different scene. It's quiet. It's empty. It's eerie. New York City is one of the most populated and most visited cities in the entire world. And right now, it's sort of a ghost town for good reason. Normally, people are out and about at all hours throughout the day, everywhere in the city. But not right now. The coronavirus has affected everyone's way of life, and not just here in New York City, around the world. In this video, I'm going to talk about what it's been like living in New York City, specifically Manhattan, during the COVID-19 quarantine. At the time I'm recording this video, that is March 19th, 2020 at 4:22 in the afternoon, New York has not issued a mandatory shelter in place. I've been coming to the studio every day and otherwise remaining isolated, meaning I leave my apartment and ride my boosted board directly to the studio. I don't get off the board or come in contact with anyone during the commute. Make no mistake, this is definitely a challenging time. Not just for me, but for you too, and everyone around the world. So what's changed here in the week since Trump declared the corona pandemic a national emergency? Well, 3 days ago on March 16th, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo tweeted that all bars and restaurants are to be closed. A lot of retail stores have closed their doors indefinitely. In Soho, which is the epicenter of shopping in downtown Manhattan, just about every store is closed. The Nike store in Soho is closed. The Apple store in Soho is closed. Take a look at the Louis Vuitton store. Normally it's packed with tourists and shoppers, but as of today, there aren't even products on the shelves. It's wild. I personally haven't been in the subway recently, but from what I can tell, they're pretty empty. And from what I've seen, the buses are also more or less empty. So bars and restaurants are closed until further notice, but some restaurants are still allowing for delivery and takeout. But for example, the Starbucks on Broadway, closed. It's crazy that a city like New York, that's in some ways built on the restaurant industry, changed drastically overnight. So what have I been doing? The main way to get food now is by cooking or getting takeout. I'm not much of a cook. My kitchen is maybe 20 square feet. Although I do have a dishwasher, which I'd consider a luxury in a New York apartment. I've got a freezer stocked with things like pizza and nuggets and pasta, about a week's worth of food for me and my brother who lives here too. Stocking up on food like this, having a full freezer, is not really something we're used to because we go to one of a zillion restaurants in Manhattan for most of our meals. But we're adjusting. I want to be clear, there is not a food shortage here in Manhattan. At all. In fact, bodegas and grocery stores are open. They're operating on limited hours, but the only thing that I've tried to buy that I wasn't able to find anywhere is hand sanitizer. Although I went to one bodega in particular and bought that Purell bottle for $35, and the clerk told me they usually sell it for $5. Talk about price gouging. In situations like this, people tend to panic buy and some things remain unstocked because supply chains are not equipped for overscaled, panic-induced hoarding. So people, please try not to panic buy and hoard things like toilet paper or even food. Get what you need, of course, but remember there's people out there that are less fortunate than you that might be left empty-handed. As a function of retail and dining being closed, I've noticed substantially fewer people on the streets. It's strange. Broadway shows are not happening. You can't go to the movies. Experiences like the Museum of Ice Cream are closed. And museums are shut down indefinitely. There are people here and there walking the streets, going on a run, riding their bikes, some with masks and some without. But I want to again emphasize, as far as New York City streets go, they're empty. UPS and postal workers are still going strong. There's still construction happening in Manhattan. But again, there's nowhere to shop and no restaurants to sit in. So what have I been doing along with the rest of the city? Currently, it seems most of us, whether you're here in New York or just about anywhere on Earth, are using the same sort of coping mechanisms. FaceTiming friends and family, watching Netflix, watching YouTube, playing video games, watching Twitch, watching your favorite celebrities or musicians go live on Instagram. Could be worse. It's definitely nice having all of this content to distract us, I'll say that. It's also a little bit easier to keep inside because the weather here is not great right now, but spring is today, happy spring. But I bet as it warms up, people are gonna be anxious to go to Central Park, Washington Square Park, Union Square, but we need to do our best to stay inside. Nobody knows what the future holds. All I can say is to follow what the local authorities advise. Wash your hands with soap for at least 20 seconds, a lot, multiple times during the day. You leave the house, come back, wash your hands. You touch anything outside, wash your hands. Continue practicing social distancing, meaning physically stay away from other human beings. For now, I'm thankful that I have my brother and my friends who I'm able to play video games with, to chat with, and that kind of thing. I've left a few links to resources that you might find useful in the description. I encourage you to check them out. I also want you to watch Mark Rober's newest video that he just uploaded about the coronavirus. Like all of Mark's videos, this one's really good and really timely. That is linked below as well. Thank you for watching. Wash your hands and stay inside.